He makes it to Seattle 10 to 12 times a year, and it's probably safe to say that no one logs more miles to volunteer at Seattle Children's Hospital than Mateo Messina.
I moved down to Hollywood about 10 years ago and started writing music for films and television. I was the composer on the film Juno. I did music on NBC's The Office. I've done music for lots of different television and lots of different films.
Long before he found success as a film and TV composer, he was a local musician, writing his first symphonies and volunteering to play piano for the kids in the playroom at Seattle Children's.
I came down the first day just kind of thinking, like, I'm going to just come and play, why not? And I was hooked immediately because what I found is I'm not too intimidating looking, and so kids just come up and hang out at the piano. You know, and sometimes I'm working with a patient and we're just forgetting about cancer for an hour, and other times I've had, you know, kids kind of pour their heart out a little bit and tell me what they're going through, you know, and sometimes we'll write about that. That's like the best part, when I know that another person and I have connected on the piano bench.
And it's this connection with the kids that has evolved into his annual fall concerts at Benaroya Hall, where each year Mateo debuts a new symphony and a piece written and performed by one of his Seattle Children's patient musicians.
I'll say, well, do you want to talk about what you've gone through? And I've never had a patient say no. I mean, every single one of them's kind of wanted to be like, yeah, like they can get it out and talk about the illness and recovering and all that. Like it's a big deal. It's all consuming to that child and to that family. When I work with a patient musician each year for my concert, a lot of times we'll talk about their story, and then I bring them up on the concert stage and they sing that song to the world. And there's something, I think, cathartic about that.
What started as something as simple as playing piano in the playroom has blossomed into Mateo's Symphony Guild, which puts on these very special concerts to entertain and to raise money for Seattle Children's.
Our purpose is to raise money for families at Seattle Children's, to raise money for uncompensated care. It's really just to help families here and for them to be able to move through something like this, like an illness like this, and make it through to the other side. That's the purpose of my concerts. There's no other purpose.
At the core of Mateo's commitment is the joy he gets from his one-on-one connection with the kids, like the time a shy little girl finally agreed to join him at the keyboard.
I helped her find C an octave apart, and I put her little fingers on there. And then I started playing the boogie woogie underneath, and she would not stop. She was having so much fun, and she was laughing and giggling and just like banging on the piano, and she just kept going, and we kept playing for so long. We had so much fun, and when the whole playroom session was done, and when I was getting up to, we were getting up to say goodbye and everything, her dad was just in tears, and he pulled me aside, and he was my daughter has a rare case of strep, and she just lost her vision in the last couple weeks. And he goes, this is the first thing that she's reacted to. He goes, I haven't seen her smile. And he was crying all of a sudden. I'm just like, ooh, like that just put a lump in my throat, because, it was just such a special thing to be in that moment, to get to share in that. So it's things like that that definitely, keep me coming back.
Mateo's career may require him to make his home in Hollywood, but it's obvious where his heart remains.
It became so close to my heart that I realized I didn't really have a choice in the matter. Like I knew that I was going to be coming back here. And God gave me a talent of playing piano and being very relatable with kids. That's what I use it for.
With that sense of dedication, we know it won't be long until Mateo is back at Seattle Children's to play.